Any day now. Thank you. Howdy, Buffalo Part here, and welcome. Yeah, still complaining, like always. Alright, so ignore the map. Um, Already hate it. Uh, just wanted to create a nice little lake here, maybe build a house here, one on the cliff, see how it looks, how it works. And of course, I had to have a little pond over here for water, and threw some random resources on the ground just for testing things out. And let's take a peek. Okay, so the basic save is working. Um, did modify the drink rate and how much you actually can drink at one time. Need to go ahead and fix the time for the rate that thirst goes down and the hunger goes down. It's a little bit on the excessive side. So since the save is working, I don't like the lighting. It just seems like for some reason it's just way too dark. So I'll just put a nice little house together on the cliff. One of the things I would like to look at is actually adding in some new construction pieces eventually, because yeah, it'd be nice to have some decorative railings or something like that. You know, just more stuff. You know, freaking Susie Homemaker here. Um, the hell's my door? I put a door here. And I don't know what's going on with. I don't know if it's my keyboard, which I know it's starting to act up a little bit, but the every so often whenever I hit a key, it just does not accept the input. So I'm assuming it's going to be my keyboard. So let's actually put a ramp here. Just make it easier to go up and down on this section here. Um, we'll walk over and take a look at the other house here in just a second, the one that I built over there by the water. In fact, I don't know if you can actually put one. Yeah, that would probably be no bueno. So, yeah, we'll skip that. And yes, if I fall off of there, we'll take a huge amount of damage. So just kind of screwing around with this map as a kind of a demo map. And as soon as I get to a certain point, we'll actually compile this down or rip this down and actually make a playable, shareable demo. But I need to save game features to be tweaked a little bit. And look at my water already is at half. And that's just no bueno. So that's going to have to be fixed. I'll fix the hunger and thirst rate to go a lot slower, just because that's just too much. And still no sound on the drinking, but there is on the eating. Yeah, put a little ramp down here. So I thought I'd just try different things just to see how it looks. I did put some stone down in case I wanted to upgrade everything, but I kind of like the rustic look. I'll probably do the floors. So let's look at that really quickly. And yes, I did actually put a actual front door on the house. And each time the map starts, these items here on the ground, it's just because it's you know, I'd set it to 1,000 here, and 1,000 cooked or 100 cooked meat. Thought I put some stone down. I guess I didn't. So let's actually do that really quickly. Just throw some stone down. The world items, campfire, raw meat, metal bed. It's gonna be one of these bags here. Stone. So drop that in here, and when you drop it in, you can actually change the count of what's in there for testing. I put 1,000. I've got the let's see, where is the actual blueprint for? Let's go back over here to this one. drink. Whenever you put down water, you want it to be able to be used for drinking. See, delay time, let's change that to 2 seconds. That needs to be in the water folder. So yeah, both of them are set to now drink amount 25 and delay time of 2. Interaction time of 1. That way you drink faster and you get more out of it. So I guess the trick now is, let's go ahead and save this. So everything is there. In fact, let me actually, just for shits and grins, put down 1,000 stone here. Let them count. 1,000. So this was food, I believe. Yeah, okay. So save all. Now, the trick is actually finding where the hunger system is. And you would think it would be in the master character or survival character. And I'm not going to really zoom in on all this. It's, just, it's their stuff. So I don't want to, like, here, you can just do this and copy that. And I don't want to disrespect them in any way, that way at least. So none of these actually do anything for, so you got recoil, speed, cameras, things like that. But with BP character or master character selected there, you would think there would be something in here that you could actually find and change. Typically, whenever I see some of these assets that do all this, this is where the information will be stored, is in this stuff, even if it's in the non-edit portion, and it is not. And it is not in the non-edit here. How's everybody doing? Not in here, and not in the components. So with it not being there, okay, maybe it's in the survival character, which is the actual player pawn that you're using, and it's pretty much the same thing. Nothing in the details over here for the root of it, and you just have the do not edit, and it's not there. Okay, is it in the game mode? Let's see here. Delayed start, minimum respawn delay. Yes, I have done it a couple times while testing things out and building things, because of the sheer speed of how fast you lose your hunger and thirst, because you're just not expecting it to go that quickly. No. No está aquí. Es nicht da. Foliage instances, I find that to be, the foliage seems to be a little bit on the rough side for the lighting, so I'm not really too keen on that. Event post login, which is that. I'm just going to kind of skim over this again. I don't want to like show you how they did everything. It's because this is a paid asset instead of a free asset. It's a little bit easier for me to read on the 32-inch monitor. Set door starting rotation. Yeah, I don't see anything in here, and nothing in the construction script. So where in the hell would you go to actually change the basic hunger and thirst? Because I'm going to have to go into the save game stuff as well. You get all the messages pop up, and it's okay while you're developing stuff and testing stuff. But if I package this and make it into a playable demo for people to actually try this, like my TB4 series, you're not going to want to see that for everybody. And I'm sure it's not going to be in character because that's just going to be your mesh stuff. Um, sounds, usables, no. Pretty sure it's not in the save game stuff. And when I go to actually do some tweaking on this, what I'll do is have like I did with the player build system, we'll split the save game system to where single player and multiplayer have their own different save, and I'll tweak the save game system for the multiplayer because there's no reason for the client to save directly, um, and it's too much to ask for the host to save the client's information. And what I'm going to end up having to do is set it up to where the oh, I'm just going to look at it. No, set it up to where the client only saves a separate inventory save system based on the name of the server, and that one's going to take some heavy explaining, and it's just easier for me to do it instead of actually talking about it. Um, let's save game settings. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to be in the save game stuff. You would think it'd be in like the game mode or something of that nature. You're looking at HUD. um, it's okay to do things like this where you have separate widgets for everything. I just like to combine widgets as much as possible. I was having some issues with the plot poll as well. Because technically speaking, the correct location for that information to be would be in the character itself. Um, let's build parts. Because I mean, that would be the logical place to actually have it in the actual player character or in the game mode. But honestly, this is where I would actually have this. And I put my escape menu functionality in here just because I want to have a way of getting back out of the game whenever I get in there. There's no way of exiting the game. So if you buy the asset pack, download it, install it, and then open up a project and then package it and go in there, you can play. But you can't exit. You've got to Alt F4 and terminate it. So I guess I could scour through everything here, but I have not seen anything. It's nice that I have everything, you know, in one big thing here. But what I generally do is I separate things based on color. Like blue would be visuals, and yellow would be this, and green would be motion, like movement and that kind of stuff. So I have my own color code for everything. Server save game. Interact, toggle. Yeah, so much stuff in here, and this is actually where I would have it. Would be inside the character like this. Um, mouse wheel, but I'm not seeing anything that's related to that information. So it's got to be run through a series of. Yes, I don't understand why that's in here. That's something I'll end up disabling. So I mean, it could be like this is this, and you know, it's going to be hidden somewhere in a. Why isn't construction script open? Because there's nothing in there. Okay. Um, just the do not edit, and those don't help anything. But you would normally do that. I mean, class settings, um, nothing. Yeah. Class defaults, nothing in here as well. It should have been somewhere in here that you could actually use it. It's just unusual that it's not. And normally there would be like multiple functions, even in like the game mode, to where you could just directly call into it that way. And this is just respawn delay, inactive players, seamless travel, you know, some of the basic stuff, like default player name. Um, so it's only changing to that. But it's calling this information. It's saying to use this BP survival game mode um, as a default game mode. If you go to edit and project settings, pull that up, and then go to maps and modes. You can see it's editor startup. That doesn't really matter what you have it set to. Game default map, that is because when you package it, it needs to go to that. Server default map, that'll end up getting changed also because I won't be using that map. Game instance class, none. Okay. But default game mode is BP survival game mode. So that's that. It's set up in here to actually have that as a default mode so that whenever you hit play, even if you have nothing set up for your default game mode or the game mode for that map, if you have nothing selected, it will automatically use this by default. So no problem, we're good on water, but we need to define that delay rate. You can see what I mean about the lighting. The stuff is just so dark. I don't know if that's just the editor or what, but the lighting on the trees don't really look all that special either. I'll try not to save inside, let it save inside because it just a little bit on the weird side. But I did put down, there's my stone. So if I wanted to, I could upgrade things and actually work on the building, but okay, there's our save. So, and if you don't want it to keep saving, then you could actually go to inventory save game system, and you have to put that and BP master resource in your custom map that you're making for it to work correctly. And you get autosave. Autosave time is 60 seconds. I can change it to 30 seconds. Loading, it's working off of save 1 by default. I'm not going to change that yet, but I will be. And you can also hit delete save. It will delete your temporary save game, which means I would lose all my houses and cool stuff that I built already. What else have I changed? Yeah, I just was making this map right here just as something to test on. Yeah, the default test map is a little on the small side. I want something a little bit bigger. And I want to try just a couple different things like, okay, setting it the house next to the pond, see how the stuff handles some minor terrain issues. And I wanted to build one up here. So if I hit play, the default spawn is back over there. But then once you're in, I'll try to get rid of that mouse cursor. It loads the save game, and then you can see. So I've got the two houses. I got the one that I've already built up there. And they do have destructible meshes. So if I come over here, let's see, I got to get a new keyboard. And put down this. Let's put down door. My little outhouse. And let's put up a door. And we gotta have a roof on the house, right? So if you actually like the door, you can shoot the door down see the health on the door frame going down. Damn it, I need some more bullets. I are out of bullets. Let's see. 2 boxes of bullets here. Oh shit, there's only 1 box of bullets. Yeah, well, I was trying to get rid of some of the other things. Like, look at my water already, you know? It was full whenever I started this. And it's annoying as hell. 5, but it was only 30 bullets in there. Really? Damn you. Go away. So yeah, I mean, everything else just seems to be working. Just, like I said, I wanted a map that would have enough room to actually do some building on. I'm not going to sit here and do that. The trees work. Random amount of resources whenever you chop into it. Yes, I can just very easily come over here and do this and that. So, change the save game to 30 seconds. Like I said, I'm going to have to totally split the save game system up. Well, frickin' down to 30 already. Change the drink time to 2 seconds with a 2-second delay, and you get 25 water every time. So it would let me build the ramp section. Of course, you can only build 1 at a time. I want to have a nice little tucked away location up here. So once I actually build this version, I'll be able to get in here and run around and have plenty of room to build. Plenty of trees to build with. About 1,000 wood, 1,000 stone for each of the 2 main areas. And this area over here has a pond. Yay. But, God, it's... The sad part of this is so quiet in here without having any ambient sound that the silence is deafening. See, I could actually do a ramp down, but you can't add on to that. I mean, I can do here, but I can't build down from that. Can't put that. I can't put this. Can't put anything else there. And of course, if you step off, you can take a shitload of health damage. So let's see if the health comes back up on its own. So I didn't put any first aid kits in here. Probably should have made that ramp a little bit wider at the bottom, but I don't see the health going back up. Alright, so we'll get back over here and wait for it to save. There we go, and get out of here. So again, the primary function right now was to come in here and find where the hell the actual time for, like, how long it takes for your thirst and health to go down. Save item, save storage, save waypoint or weapons. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of work involved in dealing with the inventory on this. A little bit more than dealing with the the other demo they put out that was free for the month last month. All of your libraries, interfaces, enums. Unless you know right off the top of your head of where the hunger and thirst is. Throw a medical spawner right there. Just see what that does. I think that's supposed to like randomly spawn like first aid. Why would that be in inventory? It's not inventory. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. That's a function there. There's not much to look at in here either. Server, client, begin play. I mean, let's look at this right here. Crafting count 1. Yeah, it just seems to be, the little things that need to be. There we go. Hunger and thirst. Hunger 100. Idle hunger reduction and running hunger reduction. Starvation damage. Okay. Timer. Max hunger. Idle hunger. Okay. But I'm still going to change that to really low. You know what? I'm just going to match them up for right now. Because, like I said, it annoys the crap out of me. I know that it can be changed. But this just bugs me. Stamina, health, thirst. And I'm just going to copy that. And alright, so that should take care of it. Just doesn't seem logical to be in player inventory component, but wow, you're going to take forever to save because there's so much shit in here. This should have actually been on the character and not actually in all that. It took a while. There's just so much stuff in here. Shit. And it reflects on so many other blueprints as well. So, that should take care of that. Slow it down a little bit at least. Why is it telling me that I need to compile again? So between Unreal Engine 4 acting really weird, my keyboard started to act up a little bit, and, it's not like I use some $200 keyboard. I'm old, and I'm set in my ways on everything. I use either the K100 or the K120 Logitech keyboard. Pisses me off that Walmart no longer carries them in the store. They're trying to be fancy and shit and carry some of these wireless keyboards. I don't want a wireless keyboard. I don't want a wireless mouse. I don't want to change batteries. I use a K100 or a K120 keyboard, the cheapest freaking keyboard you can get, because I wear the keycaps out. The letters are gone off of a third of the keys on my keyboard. If it wasn't for the little index nub, and the index nubs are just about worn off on my freaking keycaps. And this keyboard, I'd rather spend $10 a year on a keyboard than spend $200, $300, $400 on a keyboard that might last me a little bit longer. But who cares? They're cheap, $10. I can get the combo, which I need to quit being a cheap ass and do it. But mouse, I use the same thing. It's the M100. It's the cheapest freaking mouse you can get from Logitech. I can get the keyboard and mouse combo for 20 freaking bucks. I just don't do it. Wow, where's all my damn foliage? It's there now. Alright, that medical spawner didn't do anything. So let's max out my hunger, come back over here and drink me a little bit and watch the rate now. That's better. Not great, but better. It'll do. Because when you're testing things, and you don't want to sit there and die because you didn't get a drink of water. And some things I can actually test by changing the game mode. If I just want to look, if I'm doing map related stuff, I won't use this character. I'll actually use the regular third person character. Alright, with that out of the way. Didn't mean to grab the pistol out. Stairs, demolish. We don't need you. And this box of shells. It says 5, but I opened it up and it's still only the 30 bullets. So, what's next? Before I start tackling that save game. That save game is going to be an all-day thing, sorting through it. Like I said, what I have to do is the save game system that's currently working, I'm just going to let it be for single player only. And then clone it out for making a whole new save game system for an actual multiplayer environment. But do need to test a few things out, though. The main issue was that the client's inventory items are not being saved. I don't know why I came in here. Why is there no door on here? I put a door here. My doors are disappearing. And I guess I didn't wait for it to save to put on that door, and instead I changed the save time to 30 seconds. Oh, my window's there. Alright, there's a lot of stuff in here that I like. I really do. I'm not actually doing a survival game for myself, but I will get the save game system done. It's just going to take a while because of the sheer amount of stuff that's involved and what I'm going to have to do with it. So we'll let save here, and then I'll exit. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I have faith in you. Much more content with the hunger and thirst. I would definitely tweak it more. Why is there no foliage now? Let me make sure everything's saved and load to a different map. So what other things are we going to need to fix? Oh, like that, maybe. Hey, what's going on, man? Because this sucks. But if you notice, my health and everything is the same as it was on the other map. So I actually need to find the player start. Raise that and move that. I actually spent some time today working on, let's go to your normal location, my project. So negative 750 puts you in a good spot right there. Gonna put it at 200. Because for some reason, it's, yeah. That's just no bueno. I guess at this point, delete save. But I'm on the excuse me. I'm on this map. But actually, get rid of everything. Got nothing on. I just want to see something here. Wait for the save. I didn't change the save time on this one. It's right there. I don't know why I'm looking at it. Change it to 30. Alright, so we'll let it save. So I loaded the save game here, but wait for it to save. I got nothing on my character. So this is where it's probably going to be another problem area too. So as soon as it saves, I'll exit. I have no inventory whatsoever. I did not delete the save on the map that I built. Okay, so let's go back to this map. Okay, so in theory, I was standing here. I have a nice house here and a nice house over here. So if I hit play, yep, hitting delete save on another map deleted the save across the board. I forgot to put this stuff here. So that sucks, donkey nuts. So that's also a problem that I don't like. However, I think there is a way of fixing that issue. To look on here, I set the time here, and loading, save name is save 1. Okay? I didn't change that between the two maps. So, let's call this level 1 save. So give it its own proprietary name. I'm going to hit delete and everything, so start fresh. And what happened to the freaking items that were just sitting right here? Freaking M4 and a bunch of freaking ammo and stuff sitting right there. So we'll just walk up here and I'll grab the backpack and pistol and, that kind of stuff. Alright, there goes the save game. Pick up that, pick up that, pick up that. You see, my house is gone. My beautiful house. Wow. Split. Drop you. Pick up you. Pick you up. Even though there was no weight difference whatsoever. Okay. So that may be part of one thing here. I want to go ahead and just have a structure here, something that's visible. 3, 4, yes, my OCDs. 5. All right. I just wanted something visible here. And yes, I'm a frickin' nerd. I like building shit. Sue me. Oh, you ass. You were such a dick. Now that's correct. But you're not. You suck. Yeah, you didn't come here to watch me play a freaking game. You came here to watch me work on this thing. Three. Thank you. How freaking hard was that? Actually, no. Going through the trouble to remake part of... Okay, you know what? That's good enough. We got a basic structure. We'll let it save. Standing right here looking at it. Wait for it to save. And then I want to take a look at something. Come on. Save. You can do it. Thank you. All right. Is this one saved? Save games. Aha! See? Level 1 save. That's the name of the save game. So it will create its own separate save game just by doing inventory save system. Whatever you put in this loading tab right here for the name of the save. So that will separate it by map, and that's a good thing. That's one leg up towards getting this a little bit more streamlined for whether it's a multiplayer map, single player map, it won't matter. So I don't necessarily have to change that part of it, but I do need to look at the client save. I'm going to have to create a separate save game, probably for inventory. And that's where I'm going to have to spend some more time just sorting through the files and the blueprints and saying, okay, is this what I need to do here? Because looking at what I've seen so far, survival game save and inventory save. Now we've got inventory save system here, goes into the map. And survival game save settings. That's your timers. So it's going to be a matter of splitting this. Alright, so the hell is warp? But weapon attachment classes. So there's a lot of good stuff that's in this that's usable. Just have to separate this from the building save. And that's where I've got to go through and make that differentiation on it so that the inventory save system, now technically speaking Defuse Studios should be doing this, but because I think that this is actually a flaw in their setup. So yeah, see, my house is there, everything's good to go, and it is its own save. So saving per map, that's good. We're set across the board on that. But again, number one complaint is the client is not able to save. So if you join my game, then, which, let me actually go in here and I'm going to do a temporary folder where I just screw with things that don't mess with anything else. So I can go in here and actually use my player base, drag that over here to temp, copy there, and rename it to test player. So I have something that I can actually run here, and if I go to maps, go to lobby map, there is no save system in this map whatsoever. So I can come in here, world settings is third person game mode. So if I come in here to play, I got my normal player underscore base. Can actually come in here and use my test player, which is the exact same character. Oh no. Well, the health is not going to work simply because it's set to work off of player underscore base, and this one's not called that. The reason why I made this character, and I could have just used my regular one, player underscore base, but I don't want to mess with the original stuff unless I have to. See, my health is right here in player stats. The advanced sessions, since I am using my Civil Multiplayer Steam template with this, if you do like advanced sessions, which is here, you don't want to use that. Has online subsystem, we don't need. One of the things that I was testing out was get net player index, or get unique net ID, and yeah, get player name as well. There was two of them that I found, and that was handy. Unique net ID to string. I could not figure out how to get the damn thing to print. If you get player name, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do keyboard 1. So I hit the 1 key and I can get it to do something. Okay. Get player name. Get player controller. And this is just so I can get data. Player name. So what we can do here is print string. Plug that in here. So if I just hit the number 1 key, it's going to print out my player name. There, you can see just Beefalo Bart PC 1918F. That's just my local character. Let's actually change this to where it's up here for fucking 10 seconds. Not up here for 2 seconds and vanishing, so I can actually see the damn thing. So hurry up, Shift F1 mouse cursor. So I'm going to hit 1, it's just going to report back that. But there is a different route that we can take as well. That's just your player name. So what if we get unique net ID, and well, this one works, but I'll never get player controller. I need to test this out on just a temporary project that will be a quick upload and do some verification on this. From here, you can't plug this into here. So you actually have to type in string and unique net ID to string. Why did you need an extra frickin' node just for that? I don't know, but whatever. At least there's a way to do it. So if I hit play now and I hit the number 1 key, you can see that it's actually my Steam unique net ID. Y'all don't be copying my shit down and trying to ghost me. I'll have to kill every damn one of you. So I can actually retrieve that information and store that as a variable. So it's actually a string, so I can come over here, variable net ID, and change it to type string. Now, just wondering if there's another way of going about this too, but why do I need that information? Well, if I have this information right here, then it can be used to do things later on. If I know that I want to build a whitelist, okay? And what is a whitelist? A whitelist is for specific player by their unique net ID. If I want I want my character, my Beefalo character, whenever I log into this game, if you're publishing this game and I've got my stuff hard coded in here, that I'm always going to have cheat codes, or I'm going to have whatever, because I'm a root admin. I could build this into my system to where my Steam account is authorizing me to be able to use things that you can't use. Or if you're the developer, your name could be on the whitelist. But what that'll let you do is have flexibility on things like kicking players and things of that nature. Getting this information, you're storing this unique net ID, and if you really take some time to look through the advanced sessions, it doesn't show up there, but advanced session, there's a lot of stuff that you can actually do. There's no direct kick. There were some features that I actually saw in here that were uncheck that. I'll have to go back through and find them again. But there were some new things that were added in because of the Advanced Sessions plugin that allows you to do things like kicking players and flagging them by name, things like that. Interesting, all the other stuff that he's got in here that are custom events. But in the advanced sessions, advanced, one of these days I'll learn how to spell. Highly doubt it, but Is valid session, is player in session. There's other things you can do, like when you're setting up your menu system, you can find session property by name. You can find if your friend is hosting a game, you can actually find his game. Um, get the network player index of the given controller. Each player that joins in has their own specific number for their player controller. So you got player index 0 is always going to be the host or server. You join, you become player index 1. The next person joins their player index 2, and so forth. See, like this right here, player ID equal unique net ID. You can actually grab that. And here's another thing you're probably going to want to do instead of doing this. We'll get rid of that guy. And from get unique net ID, drag out from it and promote to variable. Are they working on fixing the save issue? We'll call this unique. Oh, we just call this net ID. Net ID. So that we can actually verify this information right here. We're setting the unique net ID. Now, if we wanted to have this information here, we can actually put this in a couple different ways. You can do it in a structure and then call the information and pull it down from a list. Is it like nobody else is trying to fix this issue, or am I the only one that gives a damn about fixing it? Besides you. So it's going to print a string. We're not really worried about that so much, but we've set it as an actual number so that we can actually check it with a list. And I forget where the hell it is. Structure. Actually, no, we need to give it a better name than that. Whatever. Just give it a unique name so I can actually find it a little bit easier. So what you got here is you can put in the name and the variable type. Wonder. No. Yeah. A lot of people are having trouble with it. I'm going to delete the print string for right now because it's not necessary. We want a comparator right here. We want to be able to confirm whether or not it actually exists. Now you can actually create a system to where you can insert it into that structure, but what we need to do here is do a double conversion. So let's do unique net ID to string. We did need that here at least. And then actually do this as well. Stored net ID. Lack of a better name for it right now. So we'll do this. We're going to save it as a string. So we'll do this and set. Drag that variable in there and to there. So what this is going to do is actually save that information as a string. My brain's in the right place here, but the end result's not going to work. Because we have to actually save it to this structure right here. So put that in there. Beefalobar, his unique net ID needs to be saved to there. But we can check this from here. This is going to save it, and then kind of ignore most of this right here. But using this right here, we're checking to see if this unique net ID structure, probably could have made this into an array. But there's a bunch of different ways you can go about doing this. I'll refine it and actually get this functional to where it actually stores that information for like my unique net ID, and I'll have to get yours at some point for your Steam account. Then store the two of them in there so that you'll be able to have this information. So once we do this, we're just doing a basic check system to find out if, we just run this into a branch, and if it is equal to whatever, then, yes, it's you, then is moderator. You can set it up to where it allows you to have extra functions. Yes, I know. I don't have anything in there yet. There, how about that? We'll just plug you into there. So it's just basically, this right here is doing nothing until I actually get everything set up in here. Alright, so let's just save this for now, and let me call that structure my struct. It's called bbg struct. So I'll come in here, type in bbg, and there is my structure reference. And there we go. So if I get a reference to it now, get my struct, that right there only has one item in it. Pretty much just doing some minor tweaks here and there, and actually looking at methods for storing unique net IDs so that whenever you create your games, this is all part of something that I'll be using throughout all of my projects. You can use in all your projects and everything else. I'll probably do another video once I get this system refined a little bit, but essentially what it means is if you're the developer of the game and it goes up on Steam and, it's making lovely monies and stuff, but you decide you're going to log into any server whatsoever and you want to play, or you're playing single player or multiplayer or whatever else, you can have it set up to where whenever it detects you have joined the game, then you'll have access to things that other players won't. Or if you want to set up a whitelist for admins, you can set it up this way. And I'm trying to get all this refined to where what'll happen is one core person, like say if I'm developing this for my own personal use, I know I'm always going to be, in my unique net ID, which is my Steam ID, is always going to be an admin level. It's going to be top level. So with that, I can have access to a file, which I can then, or an actual menu that I can call up by doing any whatever key I tell it to be, and only I'll be able to do it. And then I can type in a name, or I can get, I see that you're logged into my server, well, I can just select you as that player and get targeted players' information and so forth, and be able to add you to the whitelist. And then now, anytime you join that game, then it'll be part of my save game, being that I'm the server. Or, you know, I, I hope I'm making a little bit of sense here. It's a way to store Steam usernames in an in-game friends list or whatever, or whitelist. You see, we got Beefalo Mart here, and then I don't even know what else I can do here. If I can set it or not. No, that's not it. Because there's nothing in here. I need to be able to save to that. No, this is a string. It's toString. Make text from string table. No. Shit. Like I said, this is one of these things here where when I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I don't let it beat my ass. I break it down. There's another reason why I'm doing this also is if you decide to make this into a dedicated server, then you can do an automated save system, and actually the player save for the inventory can be handled by the server itself, not just the client, the server for a peer-to-peer game. But the actual server itself will then store the save game information, and all the inventory will be saved on the server. So it doesn't matter about whatever else is going on. You come back to my server and you haven't been there for 6 months. The only thing that you're getting from a server is your inventory. You're going to see all the new buildings and all the new construction that's going on and all the changes to the world. You're going to see that once you get into the world. But you got to isolate and save the inventory system separately with all your weapons, and you had a suppressor and a flashlight, and then all that data gets saved to the server. It is stored by your unique net ID, so that, and because I'm using a Steam network, Steam networking stuff and advanced sessions for Steam, that's why I'm going this route, because my system is easy and works. I just need to be able to write to this variable right here. And when I don't know, I just start making shit up. Create Steam ID from string. Just by breaking the struct, I can actually get that information, and I could then use it for that. But can I actually add in a new variable and boy, oh boy, is this a dirty hack. But I can't figure out a good way to do it otherwise at the moment. The unique net ID is an abstract class. The guy that made the plugin, this is what he wrote in there. Wow, okay. BP unique net ID. I'm just going to put that in here. BP unique net ID. Because that's exactly how it's written in there. And if I save that, there's nothing in it. There's no data. Alright, whatever. See, I want to be able to write to that. I want to add that data to that structure and see if it will actually do that. Insert array. And I'm sure I probably can do it this way. Integer. now. See, that's going to be make array. I can plug that directly in there, but could I put that into there? No. Yeah, I'll figure this out. I'm not gonna make you guys sit here and watch me suffer through this, but essentially that's what I'm trying to do with this. Is I can retrieve the unique net ID with no problem, but I need to be able to save that to something. And I've got this here, but I need to write that in. I need to add that information to the structure, because the structure itself is set as a string, and I can actually put it in there. And there is a way to actually go about doing that. I just don't remember right off the top of my head. So I won't make you guys suffer through that. So with my project that I'm working on, I'm having some other issues that I'm trying to contend with, and I don't know if it's a keyboard issue or if it's another issue, but my replication's working fine. I can store all this data right here, and I just need to be able to write to that structure. And I will come back to this, and I will work on that. But maps wise, say whatever. I didn't change shit. Shut up. Whatever. The save game. If you're using this, go to your details panel, and if you want a unique save game name for, I'll just call this test map. So let's go ahead and save it. Make sure we hit delete so there's no other save game there. So now if I come in here and play, grab the M4, the scope, the silencer. Alright, so just so I have something in my inventory here. Open. Do these stack any higher than 30? No, that kind of sucks too. Alright, so it's saved. Whatever, not worried about it. Just let it go ahead and save one more time. Alright, there we go. So it's saved. Besides the fact that now I can come back in here and there I got all my stuff. 30 of 30. And as you can see, test map save, save 1, level 1 save. So it creates a whole new save game for those just by changing what you put right there for the map. That's a good thing. So just have to decide and let me know if you think that the host/server should save the client's inventory status. You've got that M4 with the silencer and scope. You've got the M9, and you've got the shotgun, and you've got X number of ammo and X number of food and this and everything else. All that, your personal inventory, should the server keep that information, or should the client keep that part of the information only? Because the client does not need to know the save location for all the buildings. So just let me know how you think it should be split, and we'll go from there. And once I get that proper direction from you, I'll be able to advance. So I'm actually going to go ahead and kick out on the stream for just a little bit. Let me know what you think in Discord, and then let's go ahead and save all. Every time I start messing with other people's stuff, it just bakes my brain a little bit. You guys are supposed to be yelling at me to stay on par with my other project so I can get it done, or get it to where it's good enough for now, and then I can just keep and get it on Steam so I can start updating it. So didn't really make a whole hell of a lot of progress because I had some other issues in it where they were just annoying the crap out of me. This whole project is mostly about just goofing off and having fun. There'll be multiple different game modes, but just goofy shit that you can do. But the problem I was having is frickin' chairs. Okay? Not working. Walk away, come back, and now it works. Why? But it's working fine. It's not working. Walk back over to it. And it's a simple problem that I've screwed up somewhere. But you notice he's not sitting correctly. Now I can do this. Although it's funny as shit, it doesn't do it every time. So I've got to rewrite the entire sitting down shit again. Yeah, I could hit E to stand back up again. Sometimes it works every time whenever you walk over to a chair. I can't move. That's the way it's supposed to be. Hit E and I get back up. Still got a minor issue with that one animation. See, I can't sit down. But if I walk away, walk back up, I hit the key twice and then it worked. But you look, he's sitting in it wrong, so now I can do this. Alright, apparently I forgot to turn off the reset in. It's funny, but it's frustrating as hell. See, now it's normal. All right, so with the player thing, was doing goofy shit because every so often you just gotta do goofy shit to get your brain clear. And see how I'm getting my color coding and everything else. So I've got to go back through all this crap here, and because one of the things I was trying to confirm and make sure that which I'm not even using this variable right here either. To make sure that if you're sitting in a chair, nobody else can sit on top of you. And everything replicates normally. But it's something within here that I've done that I just need to go back and take a look at. And it's just going to be a minor problem. That was in the mesh change thing. So whenever you walk through the metal detector, it changes your mesh out. Where the hell did I put it? It wasn't finalized. So It was still in the test folder. Reinit pose. And make sure you uncheck that. Because if you don't, then what happens is, when I was running through here, let's see if I can get the chair to fail. What was happening is I'd go through here and it would make me stand back up again. What the plan was is to actually put a particle effect on there, so as soon as you like walk through the the metal detector, it like freeze you for a second. You zap, you turn into the skeleton, then you can walk back out and go back to normal again. So I've got to rewrite the entire chair thing. Okay. Why won't you sit down? Now you're breaking every freaking time now. And now it's working like normal. So I've got to basically start from scratch and rewrite every bit of it. Just so it'll work like that. Then I'll just have to fix that one little freaking issue with the animation. And the animation issue is just a other sit to stand. I don't know if you can really tell or not, but his feet are... See how his feet are moving? Grab the root and take a look at where the root is. And that's in the animation itself. I'm going to end up having to modify that animation a hell of a lot more than I already have. So, don't ask me why I made this one. I have no clue. Pedestrian animation pack is in here. Good God Almighty, the animation. There's 216 animations. If you just need like normal animations for stuff, like yawning and doing push-ups and sit-ups and crap like that, that's a good one to get. Another one was, I think this one was either cheap, like $5 cheap, or was free at some point. You can never have too many animations. I don't know why I'm still holding the gun, but you can never have too many freaking animations. That's just a regular dance. I mean, I got the thriller dance. They're already showing how to do all the stuff to convert to the Cinti assets, but since this is a Cinti project, I'm not going to stream on it without having the image. Another temporary player. Yeah, our brain hurts. I want on the damn hamburger. Whatever. Yeah, I had another problem that I had to fix. I mean, that's the whole fun of it, was trying to define problems. Whenever I was doing the dance thing, it stops you from moving till you hit the key again. But what was happening is you jump and hit it, and it detected didn't keep you from doing the dance. But what would happen is you'd freeze in the air and just start doing a dance. And then if you hit your keys just right, you could just keep like multi-jumping and climb up into the sky. So I had to fix that crap. And then I got to rewrite the stuff for the music player, media player. But what I've done here is create the probably like a single player version instead of worrying about the replication on it. But this chair has the box collision built into it, but I've also built it to where this is a separate chair from the actual thing here. So I can grab any one of the chairs from these assets. Doesn't matter. I mean, I go into Polygon City, find a chair or anything that I want to sit on. Couch, even better. So now I can go here and go to my gadgets, and I have sit base. You put it down, you got the red arrow. So the red arrow is going to be the direction you're facing when you sit down. And you can just take it, put it right up next to. You guys ready to see how to create this? So put that there, Control C, Control V, put another one there. So now sit down. Or you can come over to the other side and sit on the other side. Whenever shit works. But I will rewrite the whole sit down bullshit again. But doing it this way, you can actually have it to where you can put that anywhere. And now you can make a park bench where 2 people can sit down, or a sofa, or whatever. Make any chair able to be sat down in. It's a very simple system, but whenever you start replicating and worrying about, okay, is there somebody already sitting in that chair, and, you know. Alright. I know you can't see the, what? You can see the server walking around. Sit down correct, ass white. Okay. But you can't sit on the other person's lap, is what I'm trying to get every damn thing tweaked up and working correctly on. Does that get weird shit happening? There we go. Alright, with the dancing works. Alright, so yeah, it's replicating just fine. So is and of course trampoline works. Alright, you guys get the point. Let me know about on the save and how you want it specifically structured. If you wanted to go everything to save on the server side, so that yeah. And if you guys want me to do an actual video tutorial on this, sitting in a chair, that actually works, by the way. just let me know. Let's save that for Monday. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get out of here. I need to eat something. I'm getting a headache. Love you guys, and not just when it's cold. Catch me on Discord, and yeah, make sure you use the correct channels. Unlike somebody, Mr. Kimmy here, who posted in General Mayhem on UE4 questions. But yeah, I've had some other requests from other stuff, but when I work through at least the basics of that save game issue for you, then get back on my project and fix my shit. I've had other requests about the RPG Heroes and RPG inventory system. I have to take a look. Inventory system just. Ugh. That's the trouble, is making other people's things work and trying to mesh other people's things together is just quite annoying. Like whenever I did the the building demo, came out good. The other demo I did for a server game kit came out pretty good. It's for an older version. I need to get back on doing the TB4 stuff and get him properly exported. Build demo, I need to shift that over to itch.io. But again, it works fine. If you guys want, I'll release a demo of Survival Game Kit, a playable demo, like I did with this right here, using my simple multiplayer Steam template, where you can either play with yourself, by yourself, or you can actually host a game. And see, it uses Steam information, so you have to have Steam running in the background or it won't work. See, if you have problems with this one, add yourself to the plot poll. But there was no combat systems in this one, so I don't know why that's not done yet. Oh, yeah. Looking for this stuff. I've been working with this server game kit for the last few days, so. But I was doing some other shit like modifying the sign or trying to make a sign like that instead of saying claimed on it, where it actually puts your information on it. But main menu, single player, and come on, you can do it. Come on. This is a version that's linked in the. Are you gonna crash? Or what are you gonna do? There we go. What the hell's all that crap about? It's never done that before. It's in the BBG demo section of my Discord channel. I'm going to move it out of there and put it on itch.io. But yeah. Okay, it's acting really strange. I've never had it freeze up like that before. Yeah. So if it decides to unfreeze, then let's close it down. Y'all keep in touch on Discord. Let me know what you want to see. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you around, guys.